Hey guys, welcome to 25 Sweetpeas. I am excited to show you the new Innocence Collection from Zoya that they have released for the spring. It consists of 6 new polishes, all very neat and kind of different. Also, just to kind of like preface the start of this video, I'm going to be showing these to you with their normal brushes that come standard in the Zoya bottles. So if you go to a store and you pick up a Zoya bottle, this will be the brush that you will find. They do now have additional brushes that you can buy as add-ons, or sometimes you can get in a sale or like a package deal type thing that you can actually put into your Zoya bottles, so you can have a bigger brush that a lot of people do prefer, kind of like a paddle-like one that I'm going to show you here in a moment. But I'm going to be using the standard ones because I want the swatches to show you what just anybody would be getting whenever they are putting on the polish. Here's an example of the brush that is the blue polish, just really kind of thin, whereas the new one that you can get is this bigger one that I'm showing you to right now. It's the bigger, flatter, nice brush that I personally love. First up today, we are going to be applying Agnes, which is kind of a very neutral cream. I'm not really sure how to describe it. I want to say there's a slight pink tone in it. As you can see here, one coat, a little bit streaky, but it is going to build up perfectly in 2 coats. While this is a good polish and it does build up, I personally don't like it for my skin tone. So if you have a chance to see this in person before purchasing it, I think that is definitely a good thing to be able to do because it's going to behave differently per different skin tones. Then next up we have Birch, which is another kind of neutral shade. This does have a slight like a lavender tone to it, and good formula. It goes on a little less streaky than the last one, and it does build up completely in 2 coats. So really easy to build up, easy to work with. And I do think the difference would be made if I was using the bigger brush. I feel like a bigger brush, the first coat would have been a lot less streaky and just really good. But as you can see here, the second coat really just brings it up to full coverage, and it does look pretty nice. Again, this one isn't the best on my skin tone, kind of makes me look like a zombie, but I still do kind of like it. Now we have a shade called Fern, and this is like a cream base, but it does have a shimmer in it. I want to kind of say it's like a greenish goldish shimmer, and this is a gray polish. However, the name Fern does make complete sense because there is kind of a green tone to it. I'm not sure what it is that is giving the green because I don't really feel like it's a shimmer, but it definitely does have a green gray like look, and I really like this one. Perfect in 2 coats. Next up we have Evette, which is a purpley shade that I want to say has a magenta undertone. So you are going to pull a little more magenta, which is nice. And I feel like this is a brighter one in the collection, even though they're all rather on the muted side in my opinion. This is a really happy shade. It has a really good formula. As you can see, that first coat did extremely well. That second coat definitely brings us up to full coverage and just gives us a really nice creamy finish. And I really like this one. So there is 2 coats of Evette. Next up we have one of my favorites. This one is called Aire, and it is a really kind of nice dusty blue shade. I want to say it's a cobalt, but it's not really. It's definitely more dusty, but not dark enough or dusty enough to be a navy either. So it's just a really nice kind of muted blue we're gonna go with. It's really nice. One coat basically does it, but I went ahead and did a second coat just so I felt like, you know, I had a full manicure on. Now lastly we have Theo, and Theo is kind of a standout in this collection even though it's not my personal favorite. It is kind of like a jelly-like base, and then it has something in it that most mainstreams don't actually play with. It has some flakies in here, and I want to say they are white. They might be silver, but in this gray base you can't really quite tell. As you can see here, this first coat does kind of go on sheer, but the second coat actually builds us up to full coverage really rather quickly. And in addition to those flakies, we've got some micro glitters in here. I want to say there's some blue ones in there. There's some silver. There might even be a little bit of black. It's really kind of hard to tell if it's black or if it's like a navy, but I'm leaning towards the black side. So I'm really impressed with this one. It's not my favorite because some of the flakies don't necessarily sit on the nail extremely well, but I think it's very exciting and I want them to continue this experimenting because I think this is really exciting to be in a mainstream polish because this is something you'd really only see in an indie. So like I said, pretty excited about it. Even though it's not my favorite, I feel like the formula was really good. The flakies do hang off your nail a little bit, so you definitely want to tap the end of your nail just to like finalize that and make sure you don't have it snagging on anything. But overall, really excited about this polish, even though it's not my personal, like, I'm gonna wear that one that much. But it's definitely a fun one, and I will really want to see them experiment more with this. I'm like thinking of this in like a pink and like an orange and be like super summery. I think that'd be so much fun. Anyway, here is your final look at all of the polishes. I think this is a fun collection. It is very different for spring in my opinion. It's a little more muted than I would have expected. A little bit more on the wintry side of spring in my opinion. But I think it's fun. I think the standouts were definitely the last one for uniqueness. So Theo for uniqueness. Then I really liked Aire because I love a good blue polish. And then my next favorite would definitely have to be Evette just because it is really kind of happy and bright and it leads me a little bit towards spring and summer, which I'm all for. So that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will have a blog post up today with all of the pictures of these polishes as well. And if you don't already, be sure to head over to my Instagram because right now I'm holding a giveaway referring to polishes I actually posted about on Friday. So you guys will want to go check that out. And I think that is it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.